Ancient Evil, DLC 2 of Black Ops 4. This map is met with nothing but praise from most Zombies fans, and should also be noted that this is the final Chaos map that we have received up until this point. Will it return? Well, with Vanguard we had some teases of Chaos possibly coming back. However, none of us know whether that is true or maybe it was just a callback or something that didn't mean anything. Only time will tell. But with that said, does Ancient Evil deserve the amount of praise it gets from Zombies fans? Well, let's hop right into it and talk about some Ancient Evil. But beginning us off in the pros section is of course the aesthetic. The aesthetic of this map is very good. All the Chaos maps up to this point, maybe more in the future, have all had amazing aesthetics. They all have a unique location that very much makes them stick out from Ether, which is what they were going for. For here we actually have Delphi in Greece. The map itself does exactly what it sets out to do. Delphi in ancient Greece. We have statues all over the place. We have a Chaos spin of all the Prima Materia crystals around the map. We have the waterfall. We have multiple in-game cutscenes showing off the game's engine and the graphics of this map, and showing off an entirely new part of the map. Of course, we have normal ancient Greece. However, in the waterfall, we actually have a completely new part of the map, the center of the world. Unlike Greece, where it's just the city, it has, of course, what made the city so great. It has all the god statues. It has the Temple of Apollo. Everything that made Greece unique is nowhere to be found beyond the waterfall other than the center of the world where even more god shrines reside. We have Zeus's birds locked in cages, and freeing them unlocks the Pack-a-Punch for a very simple and fun replayable Pack-a-Punch quest. The progression of this map is intertwined with the lore and the aesthetic, and takes you through a quest, a mini Easter egg just to get Pack-a-Punch open, and I think it does that very well. And like 9, it doesn't break the immersion one bit. The Chaos maps have been very good with this. Something else that's fantastic about this map is the Wonder Weapons. Like Origins under Eisendrache, we actually have 4 unique Wonder Weapons with each their own elemental upgrades. We have the Gauntlets of the Gods. We have the Hand of Ouranos, the Hand of Charon, the Hand of Gaia, and then the Hand of Hemera. So the Hand of Ouranos, Ouranos being the wind god, is very cool. Think of the Thunder Gun, but on steroids. You get 40 shots in the upgraded hand, and when you shoot, you'll shoot a bolt of air, and it sends zombies flying backwards. The charge shot is awesome. Using the charge shot is like using a Thunder Gun at all times. Walking up to zombies will push them backwards, no matter what round. This is one of the most fun Wonder Weapons, especially on Chaos, that they have created. The Hand of Charon is very cool as well. Shooting the Hand of Charon will cause a shot of blood to engulf a zombie, then pull them down to hell. The charge shot being more of an area denial, similar to possibly the Ice Kraken, where if a zombie walks over the blood pool that is created from the charge shot, they'll be pulled down to hell. A very cool Wonder Weapon. The Hand of Gaia, when shot, where the bolt will hit the zombie like the other gauntlets, but the charge shot is one of the coolest charge shots of the bunch. You hit the ground and then a bunch of rocks manifest from the ground and explode, killing any zombies around. This is one of the most badass weapons to use, especially during the map's quest. The Hand of Hemera is okay. Using the normal shot, it shoots a bolt of light out at the zombies, killing them instantly, and then the charge shot, you pretty much just control a light beam coming from the sky and killing zombies any round. This is probably my least favorite. It's not that interesting. It's just okay. A problem with the gauntlets, however, is the fact there's no base variant like there is with the bow and the Wrath of the Ancients. However, it doesn't really take away from the fact of how good these are, especially considering how easy it is to upgrade, but it is something that should be brought up. It should also be brought up that you can upgrade these things more than once. You can upgrade them twice. They can become the Exalted Hands of X. Nothing changes about them except they get 50 shots instead of 40, 40 being a little low. But with the feature on this map that allows the Oracle to give you a random buff at any time, it's really not the biggest deal. Yes, the Oracle can give you a random buff throughout the map. Going up to a door, not having enough money, and interacting with it may cause the Oracle to open it for free. The Oracle can refill your ammo, revive you in solo. The Oracle could do pretty much anything you can think of. She can highlight buildable parts, which is an awesome feature. The Oracle is a great addition that activates at completely random, so there's no way to take advantage of this. Another great feature of this map is the shield, Apollo's Will. It's probably the second coolest shield we have in Black Ops 4, right next to Blood of the Dead's Spectral Shield. What you do is you get a shield and you get a spear when you pull the shield out. Using the shoot button with the shield out will cause you to throw a spear, killing zombies on any round. ADSing pushes the shield up and gives you an easier time to aim with the spear. This thing is very cool. However, it should be noted it cannot be upgraded. Another great touch is the Pegasus Strike. What you do with the Pegasus Strike, you get one charge, you need to build it, but placing down the Pegasus Strike will cause Pegasus to fly over your location and electrocute any zombies in the vicinity for about 45 seconds. It is unbelievably broken and is great for reviving teammates. The Pegasus Strike is something you'll want to get every single time you play this map. Something else you'll want to do every single time you play this map is do the challenges that make a return from 9. However, they are in a much better format. If you play Cold War, let's be real, everyone's played Cold War and has not played Ancient Evil, so they all think the challenge format from Die Maschine originated on Die Maschine, but no. The challenge format from Cold War originated on this map. It's exactly like the one on Cold War. I don't need to talk about it. We all know how the challenges work. And wrapping up the pro section is the map's Easter egg quest, which can be done solo, of course, which is now a standard for zombies maps, thankfully. So the first step, of course, is to activate the Sentinel artifact, and then to activate Pack-a-Punch. After you do this, you need to upgrade all hands of the gods. Trust me, it sounds bad, but it's not bad at all. The quests are short and to the point, and it should not take you more than 15 minutes to get all 4 of these upgraded if you know what you're doing. It should also be noted that for some reason there's an oversight where you don't even need to upgrade the Hand of Gaia, which is arguably the slowest hand to upgrade, so that's even a bigger plus. But it should be noted that the step after this is to complete 2 challenges, all the way up till Epic Rarity. Make sure you do that while you're upgrading your hands to min-max as much as you can. After you get 2 challenges done at Epic Rarity and you get all the hands upgraded, what you need to do now is actually get the Apollo's Will and then go melee the Flame of Apollo under a statue. After this, you need to keep your shield out and go to 3 oil spills around the map. You then need to knife them with the Apollo's Will spear. You cannot put your shield away during this step, and your shield is constantly taking damage, so make sure you're fast or have stamina. After you do this, you're going to need the Redeemed Hand of Karen. You need to go down to the statues area and then shoot the ground. You'll then see a statue glowing with blue eyes in which you need to shoot with the Hand of Karen. Do this about 6 times and then you're done the step. Next up, you actually need to destroy 3 random walls in the map and then throw your Apollo's Will spear into them as 2 cogs overlap each other. You shouldn't have too much trouble in this step. Just make sure you are paying attention during this because you can mess up a lot, and you need to make sure the cog gears are overlapping each other when you throw the spear. After this, and you get all 3 spears lodged inside the gears, what you need to then do is you need to go over to where these statues are spinning. Looking forward though, you'll see another hole in the wall. When the statues are about to face forward, you gotta throw your spear in. This will complete the step. This could take a while if you don't know the correct timing. However, once again, if you can keep the zombie still with Winter's Wail, or to keep the zombie away maybe in co-op, this step should not take very long, especially since you can refill your ammo infinitely with the Black Ops 4 repair shield system. Next thing you need to do is get the Hand of Gaia. Go over to where one of the first perk location spawns can be. You need to look around until you see a green flash, and then shoot. You need to do this 3 times, it getting harder each time. After you do this, a Giga Knees will spawn. What you now need to do is go out to where the Ra perk statue is, and then go outside the area. You'll see the Ra artifact stuck in a Chaos Crystal. You'll need the Giga Knees to use your Shield Blast on this area to level the crystal to make it fall into the floor so you can pick it up. This is random chance, but if you damage the Giga Knees enough and get away from him, it shouldn't take you too long. Next thing you need to do is pick up, of course, the artifact and kill the Giga Knees, and then pick up the spear that he dropped. You then need to go back where you shot the Hand of Gaia, and then look at this sundial on the floor. Put the spear you got from the Giga Knees inside of it. What you then need to do is a very complex puzzle if you don't know what you're doing. Pretty much you need to kill an electric catalyst on the sundial, and then to stop the blue symbol on the yellow line. You need to do this 3 separate times with 3 electric catalysts. You can only open the next panel after you activate the first symbol. It should be noted the game will only spawn electric catalysts during this step, making the step not even that bad if you know what you're doing. After this, you're going to need to go back to the Ra statue, and you're going to end up needing to hand the Ra statue the artifact you picked up. For this step, I would really recommend having the Homunculus, the Pegasus Strike, or Undead Man Walking, or a nuke power-up, or something to be able to destroy the zombies. You just need to take out the skeletons. You're going to need to do this for about 2 or 3 minutes straight. There is nothing you can do to speed it up, and the step is very bad in solo. Anyway though, after this step is finished, the hole in the wall will now be revealed, and then a giant mirror will rise out of the ground. You then need to go to the amphitheater area, in which you need one of your hands. You can pick any hand you want, and then you just need to do a little challenge where you need to use your normal shot and charge shot for about 10 or 15 rounds. This step is very fun. You get a max ammo at the end. There's no way to run out of ammo during this step. This Easter egg step is probably one of the better steps inside of all zombies history. A very good step overall. The next thing you need to do is go to the center of the world, and then go to the right when you first spawn into the area. You'll see this door, similar to the one in the cutscene. You then need to shoot the symbols in the same order Scarlet entered them in the cutscene. This is not very hard as the code never changes, and if you know the code, it's a very easy step. Now, one of 2 things will happen depending on who you're playing as. If you're Shaw or Bruno, you'll get a mid-match cutscene, or if you're Scarlet or Diego, nothing will happen. However, if you are Bruno or Shaw, you'll actually get a first-person cutscene from their perspective of what ends up happening next. A huge plot twist actually takes place. I won't spoil it, but you can actually play this Easter egg 2 times to get 2 different perspectives of this Easter egg step. This Easter egg so far has been second to none in terms of how accessible and fun it has been. So let's move on. So now we are actually on the penultimate step. We need to get the Pegasus Strike and then place it down in this specific area of the map here. There'll be a symbol here, so it'll be easy to place. What will end up happening, Pegasus will actually rise a giant crossbow from the ground. And what you're going to end up needing to do is get the Hand of Ouranos. You'll actually need to turn the crossbow with the Hand of Ouranos so it's facing forward. Next thing you're going to have to do is go back to the spawn area and then get another flaming spear with your shield. You then need to make a beeline to the center of the world and then go to the Venom Trap, or the acid trap of this map. Run through that with your shield out, and then you'll have a shield on fire with acid dripping off of it. You need to go up to the crossbow and then melee it. After you do this, the boss fight portal will spawn, and then you can actually move on to the boss fight. Make sure you have everything set up. I seriously recommend having the Helion salvo for this. I recommend having one of your exalted hands if you know how to get those. Make sure you have all your elixirs charged. Make sure you have your equipment ready, a new shield, and then head into the boss fight. When you first spawn into this boss fight, a cutscene will play. Yes, another cutscene is going to play. They're all skippable. But anyway, though, there's 3 phases of this boss fight. The first boss fight step is to kill Pegasus, or should I say zombie Pegasus. This isn't that hard, and what you just need to do is keep shooting Pegasus until he lands on the ground. When he lands on the ground, you need to get your specialist out and then keep hitting him with it, or using your Helion salvo or any of your bullet guns, and you need to rinse and repeat this until the step is over. This step can be unbelievably difficult, as this is where a max ammo shortage can happen again. What are we, Der Eisendrach's boss? So make sure you have your ammo, or at least you're hitting your shots so you don't run out of ammo. The second and final phase of this boss fight is actually against Perseus. This is really freaking easy, because all I gotta do is when Perseus teleports in the map is to shoot him. This can be a little difficult if you're not careful, but all you really need to do is just shoot him when he gets into the map, and then he'll kneel over, then you need to do a bunch of damage to him, and then he'll just die eventually. He doesn't have a lot of health, it's not very hard. But with that brings us to the end of Ancient Evil and to the end of the Chaos story up until this point. We don't know if it'll come back. And with that said, that leads us to the end of the pro section. Ancient Evil has done so many great things. Its Easter egg is fun, it has a lot of side content, but not overwhelming amount like something on Dead of the Night. It's a very accessible map to newcomers, as it's very simple and streamlined with upgrading its fun wonder weapons. It has a challenges system to add replayability. It just has a lot going for it. Unfortunately, we gotta talk about some bad things now. These being the new enemy types, Giganese and Spartoi. Spartoi are like skeletons from Der Eisendrach, however, you only can kill them with headshots, and there's multiple variations of them. If you don't kill them with headshots, they just respawn up to 3 times. I really don't like these guys, they're just really annoying. They kind of remind me of Nova Crawlers, and they change the way you play, but they don't actually make the game more difficult. It's very similar with the Giganese, where they're just nothing but bullet sponges, and they take forever to kill, even though they themselves are not very strong, and are barely a threat. Both of these enemies are giant blemishes on this map, and it really makes me question how they even added them on, because Blightfathers also return. So make up your mind, do you want Blightfathers or the Giganese? Another problem, of course, is the Ra step. This step is very stupid. When Ra is shooting the Hand of Hemera into the wall, of course, it's really hard to defend this in solo. There is nothing to be able to stop the zombies from attacking you, and Blightfathers are forced to spawn during the step as well. Once again, it was made with multiple players in mind, but there's no solo precautions in place. Are we ever going to learn to be able to fix some of these steps for solo, or are we going to have to use megas to be able to get through these steps in a reasonable fashion? And of course, there's a max ammo shortage problem on the boss fight, a very annoying oversight if you don't bring cash back or power vacuum or something to be able to spawn into max ammo quickly. Yes, a max ammo does spawn, but it's only after the Pegasus step, and you're going to need the ammo during the Pegasus step. You can defeat Perseus in a matter of seconds. There's also a huge consequence. When you finish the first phase of the boss fight, a part of the arena will actually be destroyed, and if you're on that arena, your game will end. This will actually happen with the other side of the arena as well, only leaving the center arena at one point in the boss fight. I get there's a good wind-up time for it to happen, but it's still a huge issue. Ending your game is a very harsh punishment for something you might not even see coming if you don't have sound on. Anyway, though, that brings us to the end of Ancient Evil. A fantastic map for what it is. While I'm not the biggest fan of Chaos, I know the few people that do enjoy Chaos very much like this map. Any people who don't like Chaos like this map. It's a great map for all, and if you don't count the story, this is a top 10 zombies map that most fans like 9. But unlike 9, this map is actually properly rated. It's a very fun map. It's a very fun high round map. It's a very fun map just to play because of the challenges. It's very accessible to newcomers. This map makes you feel awesome with the gauntlets. All in all, a fantastic map that's accessible to everybody, and there's a reason barely anybody complains about Ancient Evil being a fantastic map.